Guys, what if I told you that failure is not an event that should affect our self view? Just like a person who has an accident with their car, they repair it and continue to drive it without losing confidence in themselves or in a car. Therefore, it is important to understand that if you faced a certain failure and your confidence has been shaken, you need to know that this event is over. You should not give up, but rather reclaim your confidence and start anew with the new situations and the new achievements because God created us to be strong instead of breaking down. Now that we've understood that failure is not the end of the road, let's think about how to boost our self confidence so we can overcome the tough situations we face in our daily lives. So, let's get started. A few days ago, I watched my niece standing on the edge of the pool, ready to jump into the water. This wasn't her first time, but when she looked down, she hesitated and stepped back, her eyes filled with doubt. She seemed to be thinking, what if I fall? What if I get hurt? What if I can't do it? But after a moment of courage, she took a deep breath and jumped. In that moment, everything changed. The fear disappeared as she entered the water, and she emerged smiling, laughing, and full of confidence. After that, she didn't hesitate to do it multiple times without any fear. From this, I realized that we are the ones who scare ourselves without thoughts of worst case scenarios that have not yet happened, and no one out there does that. Let me clarify further. Any idea we think of is very much like a drop of water falling on a table. It may not seem impactful at first, but repeatedly feeding our minds with negative thoughts leads to the table getting wet, then turning into a pool on the ground, then a swamp. This negative thinking enhances your sense of anxiety and consequently weakens your self confidence. But when you face your fears, you will discover that you are capable, and your mind will validate this feeling of victory, which in turn enhances your self confidence more and more. Surely you've asked yourself why some people have confidence while others don't. The answer is very simple. People who have self confidence are not afraid to try and fail. They keep trying and failing until they succeed. So, what about the person who lacks self confidence? Let's take an example of self confidence. Like the first time you drive a car, you feel nervous and scared, and you're not confident that you can do it. This is normal. But after a period of trying once, twice, and three times, you start to drive unconsciously. Another example is a person asked to come out and speak in front of an audience to make a presentation. They feel scared and anxious and their heart races, thinking they can't do it or they will be criticized. However, after several attempts, the person becomes able to speak without fear. And it is important to understand that feeling anxious is normal, but it's not normal to turn that anxiety into a lack of confidence. So, what's the solution? The solution is that when you feel unsure of your ability to do something, you should try it once, twice, three times, and 10 times until it becomes natural for you. Because if you want more confidence, you need to create more evidence, build more experiences, and take more risks. Confidence doesn't come first, rather, it's the reward we receive after doing what we were afraid to do in the beginning. Many of us struggle to keep the promises we make to ourselves, often because we focus more on the end results while avoiding the necessary steps to achieve them. For example, consider someone who dreams of being a great speaker. He might imagine himself captivating an audience, but he only settled for wishing. But instead of taking actual steps, such as learning a new skill, training, or even reading books related to the field, he spends your time thinking without taking action. This can lead to feelings of inadequacy which undermine his self confidence. On the other hand, a person who commits to their words and the promises they make will eventually have evidence that they are indeed a committed person. And they will reach a stage where if they say it, they do it. And this will greatly enhance their self confidence. Finally, set clear, specific, and realistic goals and strive to achieve them. These goals can be in the areas of work, relationships, health, or any other field. Because the feeling of failure that comes from setting unrealistic goals that exceed your abilities and possibilities can weaken your self confidence. For example, if you have a desire to lose weight, instead of setting an unrealistic goal like I want to lose 10 kilograms in a week, you can set a more realistic goal such as I want to lose 1 kilogram per week. This goal is achievable and it will make you feel a sense of accomplishment with each small step you take towards achieving it, which will greatly enhance your self confidence over time. Okay guys, here are the main points we discussed in this video. First, stop scaring yourself. Second, repetition. Third, commitment to promises. And finally, set clear goals. So if you like this video, don't forget to hit the share button and share your thoughts with me commenting below.